Calamira. Here we are in Athens again, day 2 of our Great Greek Odyssey. And we've just come across this building there behind, and we're out searching for a Nova store. Nova is one of the phone companies here. We bought a SIM card at a local kiosk yesterday, and we've had no end of trouble trying to get it to activate. So we're looking for a store to go and sort that out. And we've come across this amazing building, beautiful building. And just thought I'd do a bit of video of it. And that's what I did. And that's what you're watching. A couple of times people have said to us, oh, there's going to be trouble tomorrow down at the square. And I'm wondering if this is the square, because it's just got heaps of just amazing buildings. Now, I know how ignorant I am. I know there's people watching this that aren't quite as ignorant as I am. They're going to be saying, you idiot, that's such and such. But try and be patient with him. So, as we wander the streets of Athens, looking at these posters that we don't understand, they've got communist symbols on them. Looks like that might be the root of all these, perhaps, like it is in everywhere else in the Western world. Communism, rich, and as we walk along, I did just explain to Elena that this is the home of George Soros. He wants us to be very poor and be happy. Well, he succeeded. The National Historical Museum we found, and with a fella on a horse. This is very famous. He's that famous I'm not even going to mention who he is. I'm sure everyone knows who that is. We found ourselves a tourist bus to go on. I've got music playing in my ears, and we're sitting on top of a double-decker bus with an open-air aspect to it, which is good. And we're just going to cruise around the city of Athens in this bus, and I'm going to video. Temple of Zeus. All those columns in there, most of them have fallen over during earthquakes, but there's one or two of them standing.
συντρόφους. Γίνεται μια σιωπή γεμάτη δέντρα.
Τα συνθήματα του Νοέμβρη δείχνουν τον δρόμο στους λαούς. Μισό αιώνα πριν, η ελπίση του Τιτάνου έτοιμα σε πάντα.
Oh, babe, yeah, we might have to get off the road at some point.
Που καθορίζει το πέρασμα από ένα κράτος.
Yeah, so things are heating up. We had a conversation with a lady that was handing out flyers. Luckily, we could explain that we didn't speak any Greek. Otherwise, we might have got caught up in a big socialist movement against the war in Israel. Don't quite understand. I think we're all against war, but they're just like socialists. They just basically sounds like they don't like the government, and every year they form little riots around the place. So this is the Greek Museum of Ancient Stuff, one of the major museums in the world. Now, I looked it up on Google and it suggested to me that it wasn't open at this time of day, and then Elena looked up on her phone and on Google and it told her that it was open. So we thought we'd just walk down through the socialist revolution and approach. But we've got some amazing statues up the top, unless we get to see them. But it looks very closed to me, I'm afraid. I think we've missed our opportunity to see this museum because we've got too much other things booked to be able to come back. So anyway, that's the outside of one of the greatest museums in the world. And this is the start of our final full day in Athens. We've just stopped in here. We turned up nice and early. Elena's got herself a coffee and I got myself a smoothie from the shop very next door. Both shops make smoothies, both shops make coffee. And we're currently situated over right near Hadrian's Gate. Hadrian, of course, was the Roman Empire who kicked the Jews out of Jerusalem and sent them scattered. And we're just waiting for our bus, who's going to take us to Delphi. I believe that they're in need of an oracle, so we're going to go and see what happens.
both sides of this sacred way that you imagine statues, individual statues, or in groups. Statues outside the building, statues inside the building, and they were added gradually. So Delphi became gradually like an open air art gallery. You will come here, it was also like a lesson in art history. Gradually, it also became a showroom of power and wealth on behalf of rich and powerful individuals or city-state that were reaching out. They were trying to show off here. The first day of the studies is full of tour guides. It's something very obvious, but very, very important. They tell you
Take it 40%. Darling, this is the place where the oracle used to sit, and the oracle's job was to sit there, and people would come from miles and miles away, all around the world, to hear her give her opinion and to give them advice. I'm just wondering if you'd like to apply for the job.
To give advice.
All right, babe. What should we do now?
I think we should go back to the bus.
That's good advice.
An amazing drinking cup of wine. Almost intact. Somebody.
So I've reviewed some of our footage for the first time by putting it on the computer last night. And I've realised I've got to keep the camera further away from me, otherwise you look up my nose. So anyway, so what's happening is on Saturday night we got a email in Turkish from our airline saying that the flight's been cancelled. Now we tried to organise a new flight as they suggested in the Turkish email, but we couldn't do anything because we used a travel agent before we left in Australia, and apparently if your agent books it or does it, then only they can change things. So because of the time difference, and it's quite a significant time difference, we've had trouble. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Thank you very much. Okay, so where was we? We're having trouble communicating with the time difference between the travel agency in Australia and the Turkish airline. But the result is we're still in Athens, which is not a bad thing. And we had a good day yesterday, just relaxing and recharging the batteries. And then we're going to have to, because we stayed an extra night last night and we're staying an extra night tonight now. And what we've done is we've gone down to find the office of the airline, and we finally found their office, knocked on the door, and the lady's like, oh, she had the same problem. She's saying, well, I can't change it because your agent has to change it.
She said, but come back in an hour and see if I can fix something for you. And so now that we're waiting for that hour, we found a little place here. And if we're going to waste our time, we might as well waste it like this, shouldn't we, darling?
Oh, look at all the sweets. I would love to stay here forever. Probably will get fat.
Yeah, so
That's okay. We get to eat all
that's
these
the
goodies.
suffering that Lenchik is having to put herself through. And this is the suffering that I'm having to put myself through.
Sorry.
Beginning to look a lot like Christmas in Athens. Yeah, 4 guys putting decorations on the Christmas tree. Oh, beautiful old buildings around here. Lovely fountain. The obligatory pigeons. Amazing building in the background. Wandering around the park, and we start to look for a toilet. Thought this is like a big building. It's a strange building though. It's got a big courtyard in the middle, and that's really all it is. Some sort of an exhibition hall. And there's a fair bit of work going on. Beautiful big doors. This is the Greek version of an exhibition centre, complete with an ornate ceiling. So, I've never been to the Melbourne Olympic Stadium. I've never been to the Sydney Olympic Stadium. And I very much doubt that I'll go to the Brisbane Olympic Stadium either. But at least here, I can go to the real Olympic Stadium. $6,000 seat capacity. So, having a good look around here. I believe the thrones where the royalty sit are up further, so I'll walk towards that direction. Start to look for my queen to say to her, let's go and sit in the thrones where we belong. But can't find her. But she's decided to go as high up as she possibly can. So, the story as I understand it is that this is the original Olympic Stadium. Now it is in very good condition, and it wasn't always in this good condition. So we're not sitting here, we're sitting in the same places, but we're not sitting in the same seats as such, because this is also where the first revised Olympic Games, so the modern Olympics, this is where the first modern Olympics took place, and they refurbished the old place, and yes, the very first Olympics, or modern Olympics as we call them, not the original Olympics. Now, they've kindly reserved my seat for me. Over here they're calling this the throne area, where the royalty sits.
You're doing well, darling. You're doing well.
You never know it.
You're doing amazing.
You never actually know it. But remember Bradbury. You have to be in it to win it.
That's it. Well, you are the first right now. Nobody can overtake you.
Those Greeks will have nothing on me.
Right now, you are the first one.
Am I doing that?
And the prize goes to Kevin Swan.
Elena He's about to run in the Olympics. Set, go!